Hello, and welcome back to our channel, the podcast where we dive into the strange, the unexplained, and the paranormal. I'm Lena.
And I'm Mark. Today we're going to unpack one of the most famous poltergeist cases of modern times, the Enfield Poltergeist case in London during the late 1970s.
Great, Mark. Start us off by setting the scene. Where and when did this event take place, and who was involved?
Thanks, Lena. This story unfolds in the borough of Enfield in North London around 1977. A single mother named Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children lived at 284 Green Street. They began experiencing strange phenomena, knocking on walls, furniture moving, and voices.
That already sounds intense. What did the family initially notice that made them think something unusual was happening?
It started with small noises at night. Children claimed they heard scraping in the walls, drawers opening by themselves, and chairs sliding across the floor without anyone touching them. Then it escalated. The girls reported seeing a female figure by their bed.
Levitation is one of those hallmark, dramatic poltergeist claims. How did the family respond? Did they contact anyone?
They did. Initially, they reached out to neighbors who had witnessed some disturbances. Then they called the police. Officers reportedly heard knocks from a wall and saw a chair wiggle. This led them to involve investigators from the Society for Psychical Research.
Did these investigators capture any tangible evidence, audio, video, or physical manifestations?
Yes, according to accounts, investigators logged over 2,000 incidents during the 18-month span. They recorded knocking noises, saw objects flying, and felt cold spots. One standout was Janet allegedly levitating or sliding across her bed.
With so many claims, there must be skeptics. What are some of the main criticisms or alternative explanations of this case?
Many skeptics argue portions were exaggerated. Janet admitted to faking some phenomena but still maintained most were real. The SPR and others noted flaws like inconsistent witness reports and the potential for prank behavior, especially with children involved.
That's intriguing. From your perspective, what stands out as the strongest evidence supporting a paranormal interpretation?
The sheer number of witnesses, including neighbors and police, and the 18-month duration are compelling. It's not a one-time event, it's sustained with multiple observers, which is more convincing than many single-event hauntings.
And on the flip side, what part of the case seems to weaken its credibility?
The children's involvement, particularly Janet's admission of faking some events, definitely weakens it. Plus, there's no definitive scientific measure. Investigators entered a haunted environment mindset, potentially biasing their observations.
Let's dig into these criticisms a bit more. How do skeptics explain the phenomena observed by credible witnesses like police officers?
Skeptics often suggest natural explanations, like environmental factors or psychological phenomena. For example, the knocks could be due to settling noises in the house, and the officers might have been influenced by the charged atmosphere.
But if it's just psychological or environmental, why wouldn't similar things happen in other homes with similar conditions?
That's a great question. Some suggest the family dynamics, stress, or even subconscious psychological factors unique to this household played a role. Others argue it was a confluence of rare conditions that happened to align in this particular home.
Could the media attention have influenced the family's experiences or reports?
Absolutely. Media attention can amplify events, either by putting pressure on witnesses to maintain a narrative or influencing their memory and perception of events. The media circus could have reinforced or exaggerated the family's experiences.
So, in your view, does this media involvement undermine the case's authenticity?
It certainly introduces a complicating factor. While it doesn't disprove genuine phenomena, it makes it difficult to separate what truly happened from what might have been influenced by external pressures.
Discussing family dynamics, what role do you think they played in the events at Enfield?
Family dynamics can be crucial. Stress or trauma could manifest in these ways, consciously or unconsciously. The Hodgson family was under significant stress, being a single-parent household with financial difficulties, which might have contributed.
That makes sense. How does this compare to similar cases involving children?
Children are often at the center of poltergeist cases. They're at an age where they're exploring boundaries and understanding the world, sometimes leading to heightened imagination or attention-seeking behaviors, which skeptics argue can explain many phenomena.
But wouldn't investigators take these factors into account when assessing the case?
They do, but the challenge lies in separating genuine phenomena from potential psychological projections or fabrications. Investigators often tread a fine line between open-mindedness and skepticism.
Are there studies showing how psychological stress can lead to such manifestations?
Yes, there are studies suggesting psychological stress can lead to poltergeist-like phenomena, often referred to as RSPK, recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis, where stress might trigger subconscious psychokinetic activity.
That's fascinating. It seems the interplay of mind and environment is more complex than we often consider. So, Mark, how do we bridge the gap between scientific skepticism and paranormal belief in cases like Enfield?
It's about finding balance. Science requires rigorous evidence, which is often lacking in paranormal cases. Yet, dismissing personal experiences entirely overlooks the human aspect. We need interdisciplinary approaches combining psychology, physics, and cultural studies.
Would you say there's a growing openness in scientific communities to explore these phenomena?
There is a shift. Some researchers are more open to studying these phenomena with scientific rigor, using advanced technology and methodologies to explore what might have been dismissed outright before. It's a slow but growing interest.
Could technology play a role in future investigations of such phenomena?
Definitely. With advancements in sensors, data analytics, and AI, we could capture and analyze environmental changes and human interactions more accurately, providing a more comprehensive understanding of these events.
What's a hypothetical scenario where technology might reveal something groundbreaking about a case like Enfield?
Imagine using AI to analyze patterns in noise or temperature changes correlated with reported events. If consistent anomalies are found, it could validate claims or lead to new scientific insights into unexplained phenomena.
That's exciting. It seems the future holds potential for understanding these mysteries at a deeper level. Let's say someone listening thinks they're experiencing something similar in their home. What would you advise they do?
Good question. I'd suggest keeping a log, note the date, time, location, and a description of each event. Use instruments like an audio recorder or fixed camera, and document environmental factors like temperature.
That's practical. What about ruling out natural explanations?
Absolutely. Check for plumbing noises, drafts, structural issues, or electrical interference. Rule out the normal before considering the paranormal.
And how important is it to look for repeatability in these phenomena?
Very important. See if the same events occur in similar conditions. Repeatability can provide clues about whether something is genuinely paranormal or not.
Is there a mindset you'd recommend when approaching these experiences?
Stay balanced. Be open-minded about the paranormal, but don't jump to conclusions without solid evidence. Keep your feet on the ground and your mind open.
Excellent advice. Before we sign off, Mark, what's one final takeaway about the Enfield case you want our listeners to remember?
I'd say the Enfield Poltergeist case challenges us to question the boundary between the natural and supernatural. Whether it's poltergeist activity or human psychology at play, it urges us to reconsider what we know about reality.
Well put. Thank you, Mark. And thanks to everyone for tuning in today to Unseen Whispers. If you've had your own strange or unexplainable experience, do reach out. We may share it anonymously in a future episode. All right, that's all for this episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.